And we are now live. Hello, Bling for life. I'm sitting on the grass on the National Mall. Hey, focus, Paul. The sun is shining behind me, and I'm right by the roadside here. We can already see little bits of what I'd like to think of as little gold reflections. Hey, Hal. Hey, Hal, the history guy. H stands for history. And we can see that the lights on the scaffolding. Can you see the little bright spots? Hey, Mina. And in a second here, I will take the I will take the zoom lens off, and then I'll do a little panorama. So this is where I'm sitting. I'm sitting here in the grass. Hey, Mike. And now I'm going to go around. So this is, we got some segways. These are a very popular way to see Washington D.C. You see the segways? Those are they got their fluorescent shirts on. And anyway, zoom off. Gosh, what would this be 9th or 7th? I'm not sure. Hey, London. And I'm turning around here so you can see. That's the sunset. Hey. The sunset behind the Washington Monument. I was kind of hoping, let's see now, I was sort of thinking that the sun might be behind the monument, but hey, Chipper Chipmunk. I'll try putting the zoom lens on, see if we, of course, at this angle with the sunlight, we probably won't be able to make out any detail, but I'll put this, I have a zoom lens, and okay, so there is the Washington Monument. By the way, that is the old, hey, I'm good, Meperezinol. That's the top of the Smithsonian, the old Smithsonian. And I'm just going to zoom back around here. I am sitting here in the grass. See, there's my foot. Azerbaijan, all right. I'm honored. And I'm just here, I'm watching the sunset behind me. And the U.S. Capitol is made out of, I guess, marble. And there's scaffolding on top, so I'll zoom in so you can see the scaffolding. Yeah, and then the sun's behind me, so we should get some interesting colors. And look, there's even lights. Yeah, the Smithsonian's great. And I feel bad, I haven't really been there. I've been in to admire the architecture, but I've been in some buildings that I've been in the couple of buildings. So, hello, Mr. A. Singh. I didn't check to see. Hey, Brett Carpenter, thank you for following me. Yeah. Hey, can anybody see what time the sun sets? East Coast time. Hey, Mapare Zenalova. Yeah. I am old enough to know better. Hey, Julie, DZ, David. So, Blade Runner, cars going by. As people join, oh sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so now you can see behind me, that's the Washington Monument. Now watch this. If I put my ear like this, I can stick the Washington Monument in my ear. Ow! Okay, back to, okay, 7:37, okay, and it is 7:08, so we've got about 30 minutes hello from Silver Spring, all right. Yeah, but it's actually, at night, they light it from the inside. In fact, I uploaded it to YouTube, but I was here on Sunday morning rather, and yeah, Silver Spring. Hello, Aaron Head, a health information management. Nothing larger than your elbow in your ear. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for that advice. Hello from Philadelphia. So we're here. By the way, my phone is almost completely charged. So I'm just gonna. We should gradually see the colors change. And behind me is, and every 5 minutes or so, I should like pivot so you can see the sun setting behind. Okay, so here's my view without my zoom lens. See, I have a zoom lens right there. Humidity's, the humidity's high. It's like 90. If you're just sitting like I am right now, it's not too bad. Anyway, so now we're going to go around here. And let's see, that's the National Museum of the American Indian right there. That's the National Air and Space Museum. I've been inside that one. So if I zoom down here, it's behind those trees. And so there is the sunset. It is setting a little bit to the north of Mrs. Virginia, Jatana Jackson. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll put the zoom on. I have a zoom lens here. It adds a little bit of variety. There we go. So I live in DC proper DC. So there is the sun, and it is setting. And that is the top of the Smithsonian right there. So, this lady was just taking pictures. Oh, I saw some interesting reflections off the bus, so I got to put the zoom back on. See the reflections on the bus? See, now that's kind of what I'm here for. I'm looking for interesting reflections. The sun is setting behind me. And that is, and that's one of the tour buses. Those are one of the tour buses. See, it's open on top. So folks and we've got some nice reflections there of the sunset behind me. Hello, RWNZ. Yeah, open wider. That's the top of the bus. That's kind of their advertisement. And, here, reflecting pool is, well, that depends. There's several. I think you're thinking the one down in that direction. By the way, we can see a plane taking off from Reagan International and heading over the sun. So we're just going to flip back around here. Folks are walking along. This really originally worked out $10 on eBay, on Amazon. $20. You can also get the fisheye and then the macro. The macro is really good for. I'm sitting on the National Mall, and I'm not sure which street this is. So it's whatever. If you look at the map, 9/11. All right, and. Yeah, we can see some interesting light there. That is called the Capitol, the United States Capitol, and that's the dome or the rotunda on top, and it's under construction right now. And last Sunday I did about 3 hours of periscopes here from the National Mall, and it was very pleasant. Oh, the zoom. Okay. You know what? It really doesn't have a name. But if you just search for, I'm looking at it, no name. Yeah, if you search for smartphone zoom adapter, hey Becca, Chipper Chipmunk, and you'll find it. And there's like about 20 different, and they're all cheap. So I got a little reflection there of the sun on the bus as it went by. So I think that's one of the art museums. Yeah, just these are $10, and they either come in 8 or 10 zoom, and then there's also two little flat ones that allow you to do close-ups like 6 inches. I do 3D printing, so I use that when I want to periscope my 3D progress on my 3D printer. and then there's the fisheye lens, which I used earlier. Yeah, National. Yeah, it's probably the National Gallery. Probably is. It's kind of embarrassing. Last Sunday, I wandered around, and I wandered, I think, into like the Korean War Memorial, and I thought it was the. Oh, here's some interesting reflections off of this bus coming down here. So, yeah, you can see the sun kind of reflecting off of the bus. The red sort of popping. No, not really. No, you know, I feel bad. I'm really not much of a museum person. I like being in towns where there are museums, and I like people who go to museums. But I've been to the National Portrait Gallery many times because it's practically next door. Getting some nice reflections off of the building. Oh, look at the reflections off of the windows off that'd be the north wing of the Capitol. Oh, there we got an emergency going on. Have I? No, I've not been. God, I feel bad about that. You know, but we have friends. I've not had a tour of the White House. I've not had a tour of the Capitol Dome. Okay, thank you very much. Glad to see you. Hey, D. Willis. And we have about 20 minutes, I guess, left before sunset. Of course, the sun will be this to be lit. I don't know. Can you hear the bugs? Bugs in the trees. Viewers would love seeing that. Yeah, it would be good. You know, it's interesting. I'll have to. That would be great to do. Give tours. I'm guessing that would be okay. There wouldn't be rules against it. You know, sometimes it says no photography, but that's a thought. I'm finding I'm doing all kinds of interesting things that I normally wouldn't do, except that I like Periscope. So like, I'm getting more exercise. So I walked here. I'd be sitting at home watching television instead of sitting here watching hearts going up the screen. Just ask before going in. Yeah, I will. I'll do that. Maybe I'm a little bashful about it. See if folks are walking. Nice blue hat there. The colors do pop when the sun is setting. And we got look like tourists here. Yeah, Metro's cool. So there's a family here. They're looking at a map and they're pointing. Not sure if you'd get a good signal. You know, I'm finding I'm getting excellent signals in DC at least. I've got, in fact, as soon as I got interested in Periscope, I found an opportunity to upgrade my phone, and also I pay $10 extra for unlimited. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? Watching the tourists. Yeah, that'd be good. Give me all kinds of ideas. Actually, I went on eBay and started looking at books on history of the National Mall because people were asking me all kinds of questions I didn't know the answers to. And then I was saying things and people were correcting me, but I was really surprised how nice everybody was. No trolls. I had no trolls at all. And so I'm walking around amongst the, yeah, $10. I'm walking around basically in the Korean War Memorial, and I'm talking about it like it's the Vietnam War Memorial, and people are trying to gently correct me. And, you know, gently correcting is not something you typically find on the internet or on Twitter. People typically don't gently correct. They kind of say, "You idiot, you're wrong." And nobody said that, so that's, but I feel like I need to study up. So I'm looking at this book. I'm thinking about buying this book that's like the history of all of the monuments You can also ask viewers to help you find, absolutely, while you're broadcasting. That's exactly what was happening. People were asking questions, and then other people were answering the questions before I had an opportunity to even be wrong. So that was kind of neat. I walked all the way from. I started up here, right? You can see there's like a little. That's actually the statue of Grant, and it's covered right now. But there's a pool of water, reflecting water, and I was there and I watched the sunrise behind the dome. And then I went all the way, I guess I'll do my little panorama. I went all the way along the National Mall until, we get the sunset is behind the trees. So technically we are looking at the old post office, yeah. Although the old post office apparently is going to become a Trump hotel, from what I hear. Can I see no, I can't see the old post office from here. Yeah. Oh, look at but over here on the left, see the glow? Now watch when I zoom in. Watch when I zoom in. Look at see, that's, and Union Station is beautiful. I'm in and out of there a lot. But look at the reflection of the sun off the windows in the Capitol. No, I'm from, my dad was Navy, so we moved around a lot, but mostly I'm from Illinois. So I like, yeah, not another hotel. Yeah, DC is getting overbuilt. And it's, hotels it's pretty expensive, but hotel prices have been, rooms have been coming down. You can see the Bears. Yeah, I went to the University of Illinois undergrad and then University of Chicago. Yeah, Embassy Row's nice. I got a story about Embassy Row. There were a bunch of high schoolers and they were talking about embassies. And they said, oh, where's the U.S. Embassy? And I felt like saying 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So, anyway. Folks are walking by. That's kind of what I actually started out doing, was just people watching. Yeah, so these kids were asking where the U.S. Embassy was in Washington, D.C., because there were all these important embassies. And so they obviously didn't really understand the concept of an embassy is to represent a nation in a country other than the country from which that needs the representation. So anyway, I'm going to put the zoom back on. Zoom back on. There we go. And look at that is the accordion guy, right? That is the sunset obviously in the west. And I am sitting here in the Washington Mall, and I came out to people watch. So let's watch this person. It's always interesting to see what colors they're wearing, what kind of backpack they have. And you can start to see the lights on the Capitol dome, the scaffolding. Here we got our bicyclists going by. Yeah, lot to show. And we got tourists. Oh. Yeah, very fiery. Oh, that's the same lady. She ran by before because I recognized the blue hat. So, folks are jogging. Yeah. So can you hear the bugs? I don't know if they're cicadas or katydids or crickets or what, but there are bugs in the trees making noises. OU 182. Are you holding the zoom or does it attach? It attaches, see, right like this, see? Like that. So I just open that up and slip it on like this. and then it takes a moment to yeah, see, it takes like 15 seconds. 15 seconds to, but look, it's interesting. You can see the lights in the scaffolding as it's getting darker. Yeah, go to Amazon, search for smartphone zoom adapter. $10. And then for $20 you can get that plus macro, which allows you to do close-ups, which I use to periscope my 3D printing. And then there's fisheye. And fisheye is really great for just like walking around on a crowded sidewalk, because you can see, you know, the cars in the street and the store fronts all together, whereas with regular periscope you gotta like swivel back and forth to get that degree of panorama. Anyway, we still have light. Hey Jael Garcia, thanks. Have a good evening. Thank you so much. And we are about 10 minutes, I guess, from sunset. Although if I flip this around, you wouldn't see the sun. It would be behind the buildings and the trees. But we're still getting lights off of buildings, because that's what we're seeing there. And we're gradually seeing the lights on the scaffolding. So we have people coming by, so therefore I will take the zoom off so that to add variety to the video. That's art. Let's go ahead. I'm shooting a video, so you can wave. All right. Yeah, people are very nice about not wanting to walk in front of people taking pictures. Yeah, look, they're admiring she's saying to her kid about look at the plane flying over the SoCal single. I seem really genuine. Well, I am. I'm really genuine. I really am who I am. Whatever that is. Athen Elvis. Cool. And yes, you hear sirens all the time. You develop like a little filter. Hey, how you doing? We're watching the sunset. Interesting that you think that. I was on like a Skype call with someone in the Netherlands, and we both heard sirens at the same time. That is, I heard the European sirens and he heard the American sirens, and we both said at the same time, just like in the movies, because they sound different. Of course, you know, you watch a European movie, the sirens sound different, but he said the same thing. So we got folks, MGGJ. Let's see, here's people are running. I think we saw him earlier. They probably are painting. I think it's more of a, no, they're not painting. Eventually they probably paint it, but I think they're actually, looking at the masonry and replacing bricks that may have, that look like they may have crumbled. I mean, it's like a 2-year restoration from what I hear. I have a tripod, but what I find is as long as I'm willing to hold the phone up, the fact that it shakes just a little bit is, I don't know, I guess that's sort of part of the experience. It's like, wow, this guy is actually holding this phone up for 45 minutes. Oh, you can see the flag. Do you see the flag waving right at the intersection between the light-colored lower part of the building and then where the scaffolding starts? Ah ha ha ha. Yeah. It's funny how often Trump comes up when I do these tours. Hey, Mole Rob. By the way, see that red bike? That's one of the rentals. There are like 150 places you can rent those bikes. Yeah, again, some interesting colors on the buildings. That's the National Museum of the American Indian there, so it's kind of a sandstone, kind of like you'd find down in the Southwest. put the zoom back on. Yeah, that is. It's the on Sunday starting at 5:30 until about not until about 5:45 to 6:45. It was completely dark except for street lights, and then the Capitol Dome was lit up, but the night sky was completely black except for a star, which I think was Venus. And then I held it for an hour in it, and the colors were just amazing. Colors of the sky, and right in front of the Capitol is a pool where the ducks congregate. So they added some entertainment. So we got our bicyclists. Another one of those red bikes. People out running all the time. One of the local buses. 7 minutes to sunset. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything dramatic because I'm facing away from the sun, but it is kind of pretty and peaceful, except for of course the buses and cars. I'll turn it around here and give a little bit of a see the Washington Monument. Let's see, flip the there. That's the Smithsonian. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to the and as it gets darker, you can see the lights of the scaffolding come on. Yeah, I've got a zoom lens, $10 on Amazon. But look at the reflection. I can see reflection. I think I can see reflection anyway. It's got a nice glow to it. By the way, that's a statue of an Indian on top. An American Indian. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. And beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry. Looking at my watch here. Okay, it looks like whatever, 4 or 5 minutes to sunset. You see the bicyclists and the walkers. Bicyclist. Yeah, thank you for everybody who showed up. Very nice of you. It's interesting. Way more people showed up when at 5:45 a.m. on Sunday, which is fine. I would have thought everybody would be in bed. Of course, the world is round, so they may have been in some other parts of the world. Thank you so much. Chicago Bears fan, 1960, yeah. Oh, person walking by. And I think we got about 4 minutes now, maybe 3 minutes. Now, if we were on the ocean, of course, you'd see the sun setting into the water, and it would be a very discreet moment. But this is just, this is the, I think they call this the gloaming. Twilight. Yeah. Pretty quiet. Of course, it's a weekday. On a weekend, there'd be a lot more people out. Yeah, there you go. Twilight Sauce. We are full of historical illusions. I did a Periscope a couple of weeks ago. I don't know why they have that. Well, first of all, I know what's going on. First of all, they need the scaffolding to do their work. Because they have to get up there and investigate stuff. And then they add the lights, I think, kind of for the lights are added for, make it pretty. So it's actually quite striking at night. It's like a big, bright, white thimble. Giant. Now, you can see the other lights are coming on now. You can see the other lights that are kind of like little street lights almost. Hello, Duke Matlock. And we must be about 1 minute from sunset. Of course, sun is setting behind me, and we can't see it anyway because it's already set behind the trees. And we've got bicyclists. That's another one of those rental bikes. Those red bikes are all rental. 150 places. Okay, you're blocking my view. Okay, well, that's all right. They have a right to do whatever they're doing. I have a Motorola X version 2. Oh, these people are getting out to take pictures. See? So we'll take... Oh, she's giving him a hug. Isn't that nice? They're taking a picture. Oh, here's the driver. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, someone tweeted me. Selfie. Oh, selfie. Photobomb. I'm not in the right angle and I'm sitting down. Oh, they're going to get the Capitol behind them. Here comes the bus driver. Oh, taking her pictures. You're welcome. Thank you for showing up. Hey Dean, how you doing? Okay, the bus is about to leave. It is Zohri Rule Tours. Doing fine, got on late. Oh, cool. Just the sun, I believe, set about 2 minutes ago. Just came down here to shoot. On Sunday, I was here at 5:30 a.m. and for an hour I scoped the sunrise behind the Capitol Dome. So we got folks running. About 10-15 blocks I walked down here. You can see that the scaffolding is lit up more. It's hot. It's hot. It's not as hot as it could have been. It's probably 88 and humid. Is that for planes? I'm not sure. I mean, this shuttle? I think it's more of a tourist. Lights. No. I think the lights are for appearance. I think so when you put the big scaffolding up there, then obviously people feel like they're not getting to see something, you know, pretty and historical. But at night, so at night when the sky is black, this thing is lit up like the color of this shuttle. I mean, it's just bright white, and it's very striking. Okay, ow, your brakes. There we go. Yeah, now you can see the light. See how there's the light, how the inner dome is lit up relative to the scaffolding. So you can see that they're really shining light on that inner dome to make it kind of pop. And when it becomes completely dark out, it's very striking. So they did their best to compensate. Chipper Chipmunk, invited followers. Thank you very much. Isn't Periscope the bestest? I love Periscope. I love Twitter, but it took me a couple of years to get into Twitter. It took me like a day to. Here's the tourists. Hop on, hop off, tour all day. Yeah, Dean. Funny how that works. It is addictive. I tell you, I get up at like 2 or 3 in the morning just to watch the people in Australia surf. There's this guy who he periscopes. Well, look at the lights. You know, look at how the light is now glowing inside the scaffolding. That's very pretty. Oh yeah, it's very nice. CLDOS. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. They need one of those like Star Trek translators so that whatever they say is autumn. I'm sure they're working on that. And here comes DC's finest. Put the zoom back on. Make out some of that detail. Yeah, there's something for everybody. There we go. But you know, I kind of like it without the scope. Yeah. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. You know, I use Periscope occasionally for professional reasons, like if I'm giving a presentation. I'll set it up so that people can see the slides and me speak and so forth. And I'll get like all of 2 viewers, you know, and then I'll upload it to YouTube and use it for other purposes. But it's really the it's the non-professional, it's the personal stuff that's really quite well. Plus the kind of the tourism stuff. I like to be able to. I like people. So I really enjoy. I visited Hong Kong and Switzerland, and so it's an opportunity to go back and visit and see how things have changed. Thank you for the hearts. Very pretty. Super nice of you to. And it's funny what works and what doesn't work. Tried that for music with limited success. Still working on it. Yeah. It's. I don't, you know, the sound is pretty good. No, I don't. I just archive them. I archive them to the phone and then I upload them to YouTube. Yeah, partly because I don't know. You know, if I put them on YouTube, I know they're going to be there, and I know what I'm doing on YouTube. But I remember I put a bunch of photos and videos on. I think it was like TwitVid, and then it went away. So Catch, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with Catch. So I'm sticking with YouTube for now. Plus, I send links to my mother. So what it is I'll shoot a Periscope, and then a little while later I will retweet the link. You know, within 24 hours at a different time, and then I'll upload it to YouTube. And then, yeah, I usually don't tweet that out. But what I do is I send that link. So I have my 85-year-old mom has a smartphone, and she knows nothing about the internet or the web or YouTube. But she knows when a notification goes off to look at her phone and click on a couple of things, and then she can watch. So she might watch this on YouTube eventually. Yeah, 85 years old. She's got a Samsung is it S4? I think she has an S4. I don't know, S4. If I get that upgraded, will that do 4.4 Android and run Periscope? Hi, Mom. Unfortunately, the tweets or the comments don't show up on the YouTube video. Only on the replay on Periscope. Yeah, it is. It's really getting pretty. I'm really quite. I was actually going to leave after the sunset, but. It's really, look at the interesting coloration. And the picture is fairly steady because I'm sitting cross-legged in the grass, so I can lean my elbow on my knee. Gotta run. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for saying that. You know, don't feel you necessarily need to watch the replay, but very kind of you to say so. There's one of the red buses off there in the distance, and I think when it gets dark enough, I may just Finally pulled the plug. But anyway, as I was saying, and no, I've not tried Blab yet. I've heard about it. It's I don't think it runs on Android yet, so that's what I have. But look how bright the scaffolding is. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna flip this around here. So yeah. So there's the behind me. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, let's see who's here. Well, thank you very much for you folks. Oh, 1,000 hearts from that person. Yeah, delighted. I started out doing something completely different. Ended up down here filming the sunset. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful evening, and I'll go back and see who followed me, and maybe follow back. Still trying to figure out how to handle my notifications, so I'm not overwhelmed. Bye-bye.